What up, gang? Back with the real. You know what's the deal. Things have been heating up in these Atlanta streets, man. Say what you want about Atlanta, but they got some savages, and they've been active over the years. Mainly Young Thug and YFN Lucci. The two butt heads, and they continued their feud ever since. I mean, homies been lost, whips done been shot up. It's been getting out of hand. Today we gonna chop it up and break down the beef between Young Thug and YFN Lucci. Neither of these dudes are strangers to the street life. Originally, many downplayed Thug's hood ties because of his different taste in clothes and sometimes feminine lingo. I mean, he was calling men boo and bae and wearing dresses and all that, but let's keep it moving. According to Thugger, he had to wear the dress because he had that stick, whatever that means. Anyway, don't be fooled by the way he was expressing himself. Allegedly, Young Thug has been thugging in the streets since before the fame.
Get out the goddamn.
Rocked out right here, man. Know what I'm saying?
Alright, you check him out now.
Jeffrey Lamar Williams, also known as Young Thug, came up in the rough hood of Jonesboro South, Atlanta, Georgia. And has affiliations to the Blood Gang since a youngin'. In an interview with Fader, he speaks out about coming up as a member of the ROC crew, which he explains stands for Rich Off Crime, Ready on Command, or Raised on Cleveland. These gang ties are more than a brotherhood. It was like a religion in his streets. In the 2015 shooting of Lil Wayne's tour bus, it was actually Young Thug's manager, known as the hitter Pee Wee Roscoe, that was jailed for the deed. Thug found an outlet from the streets, rising to fame in the music industry as one of the biggest stars, out with his hits like Stoner and his Slime Season mixtape series. Thug and his crew would adopt the new name YSL, which means Young Slime Life or Young Stoner Life, based on if you're looking at it from a street perspective or music label perspective. YFN Lucci, on the other hand, came up in Summer Hill, Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm from Summer Hill, so I walk over here with my boy, man. We just be kicking and thinking about ways, to get out. Like, how we gonna do it?
Him and his fam didn't have much, so that was the motivation to make it out the hood. Even if it meant living a dangerous lifestyle, Lucci was rebellious, getting into fights and trouble until he went from being suspended repeatedly to kicked out.
What you get kicked out of school for?
Fight. I got suspended like 3 times. Beginning of the year, like 11th grade year, we came back like the first week, I got suspended 2 times, and the next week I got suspended, and they kicked me out.
He got a job at McDonald's, but the paper wasn't adding up, so he quit and went right back to the streets.
So after McDonald's wasn't paying you enough?
Yeah, I quit McDonald's. I had to get back in the street.
That's when he clicked up with his brothers and day ones to create YFN BC, Young Fly About Cash, now abbreviated as YFN.
Young Fly About Cash, because I got a BC at the end, so it's Young Fly About Cash. And all my brothers, like me and my friends, like we grew up together, basically every day together.
I mean, yo, can y'all really tell me, who put more use to the alphabet out here, man? The average Webster Dictionary nerd or these street gangs, man? All these acronyms and all of the whatever you call them, man. Come on, man. They doing it, man. The streets got a monopoly on the alphabet and on colors, man. That's thugging. But let's get back to the story, though. Lucci will begin telling his hood lifestyle through music after his brother YFNK inspired him to get in the booth. His music would jump off with bangers like Every Day We Lit featuring P&B Rock and his Wish Me Well mixtape series. YFN Lucci's lifestyle, however, was never able to separate from his music career, and it brought his family into situations that nearly cost them dearly. His spot with his moms has been shot up more than once, even with a bullet catching the music that they just focus on the money. But the streets never make it that easy. That lifestyle has a way of digging its claws into dudes' backs and keeping them chained to the toxic streets. It was all well and good until one important figure between the two lost his life. From there, it was no turning back between Lucci and Thug. The person in question was Lucci's homie, mentor, and person that put him on, OG Nut, also known as Big Nut. January 11th, 2015, Donovan Thomas, also known as OG Nut, lost his life when he was murked on McDaniel Street in the Castleberry Hill neighborhood at an Atlanta barbershop. Nut was really well respected in the streets, even more respected than Lucci.
I lost one of my homies who really got me on. Long live Nut forever. Nut got me on, so.
As far as the public knew, the killers were never known and everything between Lucci and Thug was all good. But the beef became public in time, and now the available Fed documents and an indictment against YFN shows that OG Nut may have been the root of the problems where Lucci and Thug began. It states that OG Nut, who they labeled as the leader of One Blood set, fed the hostility between Bird Gang and YSL due to the belief that YSL is responsible for his passing. Later news coverage and other crimes again lists OG Nut's name as the start of as many as 37 murders. In February 2016, the beef became known to the music industry with Lucci claiming that he smashed Thugger's shorty. Thug would post up his girl with the caption, "This the only sofa this sitting on." Lucci would respond online with utter disrespect though, hinting the Thug's girl being on his sofa and posted apparent text messages between him and old girl. Thugger would downplay the shenanigans, but Lucci was on demon time and went as far as addressing it publicly in a live interview.
What happened? What happened?
I don't know. I can't tell you. I can't speak on that. You feel me?
Is it about a girl, yeah?
Nope.
I don't know. He probably be, his girl. You know how she was about me. So,
That's what I saw. You.
That's
I saw that. I saw
be
that you
mad.
said you slept with his girl. Is that what it's about?
I was in the bed with her a couple times.
You know, messing with a man's girl, things automatically escalate where it don't need to go. And Lucci knew if he poked that hole, Thugger would eventually come out. Some time passed and Lucci kept his name alive with the release of 2017 project Long Live Nut. That same year, Thug chose to release his project EBBTG, which stands for Easy Breezy Beautiful Thugger Girls, also known as Beautiful Thugger Girls. While this is all fine and dandy for him, the problem came in with this tweet he made stating that he dropped the project on Tupac's B-Day because he's the new Tupac. Boy, oh boy, Lucci couldn't wait to make sure Thugger knew it was still smoke.
Well, he used to call himself New Pac when you said Tupac didn't wear a dress.
I don't know who I was talking to.
You don't know nothing about that. Okay.
Tupac didn't wear a dress, though.
Thugger returned fire on the street archives of Twitter, taking shots at Lucci for his dress comment. At this point, you could tell Young Thug was getting irritated because he then made this tweet online for all to see. You know what's crazy? This isn't even the only time he brought up Lucci's mom and them as a reason he didn't yet murk him. He also said the same thing in a live interview.
The way he treated his mom and his kids will really stop me from doing something to him. I heard that.
Turns out those jabs that Lucci took at his shorty back then did get under Thugger's skin. Things took an even more turn as it seems Thugger and his YSL camp barked up the wrong tree. Martinez Antoine Arnold, also known as YSL Little Duke, which was often called his right-hand man, would be caught lacking and shot in his left shoulder and left foot in 2018. The attempted hit hasn't officially been tied to Lucci and his YFN crew, but given the threats by Thugger previously, you never know. Things again seem to be hushed. That's until Thug took it public again, posting a live video calling out Lucci and his homie Sauce Walker, saying both of them could get slapped.
Man, of course I'm gonna slap the f*** out Lucci and I'm gonna slap the f*** out Sauce. I'm gonna slap the hell out y'all, man.
Of course, Lucci wasn't gonna back down from responding, and responded he did.
Man, they ain't gonna slap nobody. Yeah, man.
Sauce Walker chimed in with his 2 cents, letting Thugger have it. Thugger would upload a series of attacks aimed at Lucci's pockets. First of a dancer calling Lucci broke, and then flexing jewelry while doubling down on slapping the slat out of Lucci.
When everybody get $15 a piece, then how Lucci pull up? When everybody get $15 a piece, then how Lucci pull up?
Little did we know that was just the calm before the storm. In May 2019, there was an attempted hit on Lucci when his Mercedes SUV was shot up in Atlanta. TMZ reports that Lucci wasn't there at the time, but police officers found a man suffering from 2 gunshot wounds, and Lucci's mother is the registered owner of his whip. In this clip here, obtained by TMZ, you can see bullet holes all through the whip. Shooters meant business, man, for real. At first, nobody knew who might have been the mastermind behind the shooting, but this disrespectful action on OG Nut's grave only acts to incriminate Thugger. On the grave site, the word slat was spray painted. And if you know, you know.
Slay. Slay. Slay.
It seemed the violation of OG Nut's grave wasn't all the shenanigans that were afoot. YSL apparently stole a YFN chain from around either Lucci or one of his partners next.
They get the chain though.
Each camp was sliding back and forth behind the scenes, and Young Thug seemed to confirm he suffered the get back and was looking for revenge on his So Much Fun track, Just How It Is. Later in that same track, Thugger exposed what may be a situation that we'll talk about soon. In the bars, he says, I got layers, I got millions, I got all type of buildings. F around and air the dude out like Lennon. Last dude tried me, almost got popped in Linux. Ex the cops after detectives, they know all the business. Hey man, don't judge me too much, man. I'm just having fun. But look, man, the incident in question was when Thugger was lurking at Lenox Mall without Lucci knowing, getting as close as posting up Lucci's vehicle on his IG with a message. Lucci called cap on the lyrics from Thugger's album, then detailed in his perspective what actually happened. And well, he said that Thugger was so scared he shit himself. Lucci was out here scaring the hell out of dudes, literally. But he may want to stop going to Lenox Mall so often because, again, he was caught lacking. This time by YSL member Yak Gotti, when he not only posted a pic online standing on top of Lucci's car, but using it as a cover art for his single In the Coupe. These dudes are disrespectful, man. It's no wonder the beef never ends. Lucci understandably was furious, especially since, as to him, he just met old dude in the mall and it wasn't no smoke.
There's a picture of Yak Gotti sitting on your or standing on your car.
Man, that nigga a hoe, man. What you gonna say though?
Young Thug's artist.
Yeah.
No one was stopping or attempting to stop the beef, and yet again, Lucci almost lost his life. In June 2020, Lucci's music video at the 600 block of Martin Street was riddled with dozens of bullets by 3 assailants. Luckily, he wasn't hit or grazed by a bullet, but a 15-year-old was grazed in the thumb. As of now, both Thugger and Lucci say it's all good.
Is there any way that y'all could work it out?
Saying what out?
Whatever issues y'all got, and I don't know what the issues are, but could it be worked out? Y'all do some music together.
We ain't nothing to work out.
They want to go
not
viral.
on site kind of thing.
With him?
Right.
No. We stay in the same city. We know each other live. If you Google Young Thug house, my house pop up. My address, Google Young Thug.
That's scary.
Thugger went a step further, saying if he wanted Lucci touched, then he could have made it happen. Call it a blessing in disguise, but Lucci is currently fighting for his freedom in a hit charge involving some gruesome details where he slid with a crew and left his mans for dead. If you like me to go into details into this situation and how the feds are trying to take down Lucci and YFN, it ain't nothing but a word. The beef has since been quiet due to Lucci's incarceration. He has bigger fish to fry. Hopefully it's a wake-up call for each side and Lucci can be released and use his success and past to lead the youth away from that lifestyle. So there you have it. Thanks for kicking it with your boy. Appreciate the love and support. And remember, stay smart, stay safe, and stay dangerous. I'm out.